Hello guys, welcome to the fifth trade that I took and it ended up in loss. So welcome to my 100 trades journey where we will be taking trades and analyzing it and then we will be putting it in a journal. So yeah, let's go ahead. So what was my thought process when I took this trade? This is our weekly. Wait a second, we should remove the volume. Should remove this also. Okay. So I saw that on weekly time frame it's going up and here we have a supply zone which is already tested here, and I saw that it took this liquidity zone and started coming down, and if we move down to 1 day time frame we can see it started coming down from this point and it broke this demand zone. Although this demand zone is not very good because explosive candle is around the same range as the base candle, even though I considered it. So it broke this demand zone and then it entered this demand zone where it ran from. So what was my thought process? That we might have changed the trend because of taking the liquidity, and now it's coming down, broke the demand zone. So that was my thought process. So what I did is I marked this supply zone, and when the market entered in this supply zone I moved down to 1 hour time frame. When I moved down to 1 hour time frame, after entering the supply zone, we saw that it reversed really good and it broke this demand zone also. So my thought process was that I'll take a short trade nearing this demand zone and my stop loss would be here. Sorry, my entry was here because I considered this also as a base candle, so my entry was here and this was my stop loss. So I was going for 1:3 risk to reward ratio, but as you can see we ended up in loss. So I can show you like 24.54. Since I've lost 3-4 trades, I reduced my risk to 0.25% of my capital. So 0.25% is $25. It's around $25. So yeah, we lost this trade, and we'll see why we lost this trade. We see on weekly time frame the trend was up. It went from this demand zone, then this demand zone, then it's going up, and even it gave close. Why this demand supply zone is not worth trading? Because as you see it's already tested by this one, so it lost its credibility. It's already mitigated supply zone and it start coming down, and then it went from this sub demand zone again. It was going up, the trend on weekly was up, trend on daily was up. I don't know why I took the against the trend, even though it's clearly we can see like on weekly it's up, on daily it's up, and there is nothing new and good demand zone supply zone to stop the price from making higher highs. Even though it broke this demand zone, this is a not very good demand zone. If it broke this one, only then we of any could have thought of any short trade, but it didn't break it. Took support from this demand zone and then went up, and even on weekly we can see it gave closing above this, so there is no liquidity sweep, we can say. So that was my fault. Once it entered this demand zone, we'll move down to 1 hour time frame. We can see after entering the demand zone where it broke the supply zone. This is a supply zone. It gave closing above this at this point. And if we don't consider this, we can say gave closing of this area, which is a good sign of reversal on lower time frame. We could have looked for our entry. Our entry would might have been here. Here should be our entry, and here should be our stop loss if we did like. But it didn't retrace back to that level, and then it mitigated this daily supply zone and started coming down and took liquidity below this area, and then again started going up, and we can see this it form multiple demand zone. First demand zone is this, second is this, and third is this. We could have traded this demand zone. Why? This would also have been good. First of all, because it took the liquidity, it's a good demand zone. Any demand zone or supply zone that forms after taking the liquidity is good, is extremely good. So we could have taken trade here, here, and why I'm not saying here, because we see like it's just mitigated the again entered the supply zone, daily supply zone, and this demand zone is not on the, we will say, uh, discount level, it's in the premium zone. So taking this we could have taken, but it was a low probability trade, and as a trader we don't trade low probability trade. So we could have taken this, which is below zero point 0.5 retracement level. That means it's in a discount demand zone. So this would have been our first entry. If it would have failed, we would have taken here. But we ignored all of this and we went for the short trade. That's where we went wrong. We should have considered that we were on uptrend in daily demand zone, weekly demand zone, and then daily demand zone also. And there is nothing good to stop the price. I don't know where, because there is no good supply zone. I can see maybe this, but this is already tested. This one has so many base candles. So yeah, we might see a rally up until this level. We can easily see a rally, or maybe we can stop here just for a little bit. So yeah, that was our fault. We are gonna take a screenshot and then we will put it in our journal. We'll save it. Trade 5. Okay, now we will put it in our journal. What was the script? Euro USD. What was our trade type? It was short. What was our risk? 0.25%. Entry type would be confirmation. High time frame was daily. Method used on high time frame demand and supply zone. Entry time frame would be 1 hour. Method used for entry time frame demand and supply zone. At what time I took the trade? It was on 18th, and it ended up on 18th only. So profit and loss, it went into loss. Reason for taking the trade, price was coming down from the after taking liquidity from weekly swing point. Price broke not so good demand zone on daily time frame. On daily time frame, price retraced price retraced back to our newly formed daily supply zone, broke 1 hour demand zone, and created new supply zone. We took entry on the newly formed 1 hour supply zone after breaking, after mitigating our daily supply zone. That's why we took the trade. What was the outcome of the trade? Trade ended up in a loss. Why trade ended up in a loss? Weekly trend was up, daily trend was up. No good supply zone of high time frame was present to stop the stop or reverse the trend. That was our fault. We went against the trend, and after liquidity sweep, price took support from an extremely good demand zone on daily. Still, we went for short trade. Our fault. Okay, so now we have to upload the screenshot. We'll upload the screenshot, and it was trade 5. Yeah, we have uploaded the screenshot. We have entered everything that was necessary, and we are gonna submit it. As we have submitted, we have journaled our trade. This was the 5th trade, and so we will try not to repeat the mistakes that we made in our last 5 trades. Okay, we will not go against the trend. We will always consider the good demand zones, which is clearly, even if we have doubt that this zone is not good, even at 1% doubt, we will not take trade. Protecting our capital is our first priority. We have to take the least number of trade that we can take. Traders don't make money by Traders don't make money by taking a lot of trades. They make money by not taking a lot of trades. See, if we can earn 5 to 10%, even 5%, let's just say 5% in a month, that would be $500. That would be $500. So, how many trades can give us 5%? Only 2, not even 2. If it is 2%, then we can, if we are going for 3 is to 1 is to reward ratio, we can make 6% in a single trade. So the goal is not to take as many as trade we can. Goal is to take the good trades, and the number of trades should be minimum. That's how a good trader works, and we will try to develop that psychology. And yeah, that's it. We have journal our trade. Up until now, we have won 1 trade and lost 4 trades. But the good thing is the amount that we earned in our 1 trade is equal to the amount that we lost in our 4 trades. So we are on break even as of now, but yeah, we'll see. Our next trade, I'll be taking 0.25%, $25. So yeah, we'll see. Once I again start having a good trade, I'll increase my risk to 2%. From 0.25% to directly 2%, I'll increase my risk. So okay, we wait for the next setup when it appears, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, thank you. Bye.